Good morning, Lompoc.
Good morning, Lompoc. It is so happy. We are so happy to have you here for our 10th
You
episode.
sound like you're about to cry.
I'm just so glad we made it to 10 episodes.
Oh my gosh,
That's
I wasn't
great.
expecting that.
Sorry, I'm
Don't
just.
we live in a beautiful place, though? Oh my
Yeah.
gosh, I love that footage.
Thank you guys for joining us.
Yeah,
It
thank
is,
you.
what day is today?
Today was supposed to be tax day,
Ah.
and it's not.
Yes,
Yay!
small
So a
reprieve.
little bit of silver line, at least for people who have to pay tax. They have to,
Yeah.
who aren't getting a tax return, or a refund.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
I
Well,
can't even
congratulations,
say the word. I
everyone.
haven't heard it for so long.
We get to play hooky on tax day. That's
Yeah, I love it.
it's a small silver lining for sure.
Yes.
I think we have a packed show today, right?
I think so.
Right?
Yeah.
You brought all the videos?
I
and
did.
things?
I did.
Awesome. So where do we want to start today? We're gonna.
Well, one of the things I was talking about this morning was we've worked from home for a long time now, and so this is kind of the first time I've had to start to get dressed up and put makeup on in the morning and actually like get dressed. But I'm loving the fact that I still don't have to figure out which shoes go with my outfit. And I've never really gotten the hang of buying the right shoes that match with outfits. So there's so many shirts and stuff I can't wear. And now I don't have to worry about that. And then just like the importance of things have changed. I found this really cool graph the other day. And it just shows how our priorities have really changed. Don't you think?
I think so.
And the only thing I would add to this is stretchy pants. I think stretchy pants are also priority so far, but
I haven't pulled out my stretchy pants yet. I'm still need to ease into that situation, I think.
But the importance of having a car has gone way down. So I'm thinking like we could just sell our car.
Well, yeah, our Prius is like dirty, dusty, and probably has flat tires.
So anyways, something to consider.
Obviously, coffee nonstop the same.
Yeah.
But yeah, lots of things have changed for sure.
Yeah. And then you found some cool old photos.
I did. So for all of you Lompoc people in the know, I can't even talk this morning. The Lompoc Historical Society has a really awesome Facebook page with lots of historical photos and information. Michelle, you were going to share, this is almost 102 years ago.
Yeah.
In Lompoc.
Yeah. I thought that what was crazy about this is that they still kept schools open.
Yeah.
So other things shut down, but the schools got to stay open, which I thought was really interesting.
So in 1918, they were shutting down the stores, all the churches. Yeah, very similar. 102 years ago. Kind of crazy. If you're curious, and by the way, that was supposedly posted on October 18th, which is my birthday in 1918. Anyway,
I knew that was your birthday.
But go to the Lompoc Historical Society Facebook page. There's just so much cool information.
Yeah.
And if you're trying to brush up on history locally, that's the place for sure.
Yeah.
All right.
And then you also found this awesome old photo.
So some of you may have seen this already, but you'll recognize this. This, I think, was from 1960. This is the famous drive-in that we all drive past now that is no longer operational. Sadly. But down at the bottom, you can see where Valley Rock is now. There used to be, I think it looks like about a 9-hole miniature golf course. I had no idea. We ever had that. I wish we had that now. That would be so fun.
Yeah.
Kind of cool.
And it kind of tied into my recipe for the day. So a little bit more history. So the idea, I'm never
Raise your hand if you like Caesar salad.
We're not at that point in the show yet. I'm just joking. So I'm not a big salad fan. I think that there's more interesting ways to eat your vegetables, and I don't know.
Pureed.
I think salads are kind of boring. But I've always loved Caesar salads specifically, and I thought it was kind of interesting. I'm sure a lot of people know, but Caesar salads were not invented in Italy, but it was invented by an Italian American, supposedly in Tijuana. And so he had a restaurant down there where Americans were escaping from prohibition, which I was thinking, like, if prohibition was happening at the same time as this pandemic, I mean, that would be called hell, right?
I think so.
I think so. But he came up with this Caesar salad recipe, which didn't originally have anchovies in it. And his brother later came in and introduced it with anchovies, and that's what became the classic.
Can you make that face
Caesar
when you open a can of anchovies? The face that you make?
Yeah,
I like anchovies. Not everyone does.
Fan.
But you can hide them in Caesar dressing, and it's kind of the secret sauce that makes the Caesar.
I love them in Caesar dressing. I still only put about half of what most recipes called for, but you can also use that fish sauce. That fish sauce that I use for the Thai larb recipe.
Sauce.
That red boat fish sauce, you could substitute that for anchovies if you don't want to touch them because, like, I don't know, sometimes they're. Anyways.
So you made a fun little recipe.
I just made a Caesar salad dressing.
Yes.
I think that's the most important part is the Caesar dressing. I have some really bad Caesar salads before that are kind of watery or they just taste like creamy garlic water.
Yeah, lemon and salt and cream.
Yeah, but I think the key is a really good emulsification, a good amount of garlic.
Emulsification means you blended the heck out of it.
Anchovies or some type of fish sauce flavor. So anyways, here's a quick little video.
Caesar dressing.
That. Wait, where did it go?
Right there on Caesar.
There where it says Caesar. So that was my Caesar dressing.
That was a sexy salad.
It
Michelle.
was a sexy salad. I used to work for Booty over the Ballard Inn, and he had.
You worked for Booty?
I did.
Watch your mouth.
He had my favorite Caesar salad dressing. He showed us how to make that a long time ago, but he put some sesame oil in there too. That was really good.
Oh.
But it's a pretty classic recipe. I think one of the keys too is that mustard. Bob from Bob's Well Bread first turned me on to that mustard, and I think they even sell it there. It's called Amora.
Oh, it's so good.
It is so good.
French make good mustard.
Oh my God. I could eat that mustard with a spoon. It's my favorite. So
I've caught her a couple times in the kitchen. So anyway, if you're curious about that, there's different ways you can always mix up the Caesar salad. You can chop it first. There's you don't want to necessarily overdress the salad so it tastes only like dressing.
Yeah.
But you can have lots of fun with it. A little Parmesan cheese. You can toast up some pepitas.
Yeah,
if
we
you
had
want a
toasted
little crunch.
pepitas, but I've seen a lot of pork rinds on the Caesar too.
Be creative. If you need a little crunch in there, which I love.
Yeah.
That's how I make salad sexy. Is adding a little
and that
crunch.
immersion blender is my favorite tool in the kitchen by far.
Wait. I was under the impression that I was your favorite tool in the kitchen.
Okay.
And then,
that was
no?
pretty. Okay.
I guess I've been sacked. Yes, it worked. All right, let's be serious for a second.
Well, I mean, real quick, that immersion blender, favorite tool. I got that immersion blender for my mom for Christmas. She never even took it out of the box, and then mine broke about a year ago, and so I took hers. So
about 8 months later.
Yep, it worked out. Anyways, so some local stuff.
Yes. All right.
You wanted to. So the Lompoc Valley Medical Center posts these crazy photos.
Yeah. So we had our interview with the CEO, I think, on our last show.
Yep, Steve Popkin.
Steve Popkin, who again, thank you for that awesome interview. And as he mentioned, at least at the time, there wasn't any Lompoc residents being treated for COVID-19 or coronavirus, but there are several people from the prison that are being treated at the local hospital. So as calm and cool as everything seems, it's pretty stressful. And there's a lot of work that goes into protecting oneself and working at the hospital under these conditions. So just wanted to share some of these shots from the hospital so we can kind of see what's going on over there. And again, if you know someone that's a first responder or someone that works in the health industry, remember to say thank you because they're going above and beyond.
Yeah.
And that's pretty awesome.
Yeah. Thank you, guys.
Wishing them all the best with that. And quick announcement, if I may, because I forgot. I'll have more details and we'll post about it later, but the fine folks, Norm and Kate over at Flying Goat, saw that a lot of the wine from Santa Barbara County was donated down to Southern California, and they thought, you know what, we want to do something right here in Lompoc.
Super cool.
So they've stepped up and they've donated 2 cases of wine. They're also going to be a place for drop-off, and I'll give you details a little bit later. I'll post on our Facebook page. But we're going to collect donations from the wine industry here in Lompoc and make sure that one delivery, one big donation goes just to the local Lompoc Hospital here as a thank you for all of their efforts and working so hard. So stay tuned for more information. Check our Facebook page, and we'll tease you about that over the next few days.
And then you found some other cool slides on stuff that people can do at home. This was something that was the mobile library here in town, Charlotte's Web. They have a cool little craft project.
Yeah, this is actually, and if you, maybe we can post the link if you need it, just ask us. But on the City of Lompoc webpage, there's a fun little cutout that your kids could print out if your printer's working. Maybe thick paper if you have it. And then, you can make your own bookmobile since we're not able to go out and enjoy the real bookmobile. I thought that was kind of cool.
I like that a lot. We'll have to make a little one. And
maybe we can make it
together.
And put it here in the show.
Yeah.
All right. What
and
else
you found these apps. This is something that
Ashley Costa over at Healthy Lompoc. Forgive me if I said that wrong, but they have a great little brochure that has several apps, so phone apps that are listed that help with behavioral wellness, financial issues, give you a lot of tips and some therapeutic items there too to help us feel a little bit better.
One is one of my favorites. That kind of helps keep your brain sharp. That's why I know that you don't use that, and I can tell.
I have you. And I have your brain. So why would I?
No, but seriously, this was super helpful to be able to check out. And then the chamber also had some too, right?
Yeah. So there is the Chamber of Commerce, of which I'm actually the chair of the board. What do you know? Amber and Marley, working over at the Chamber of Commerce, are doing a great job, doing their best to keep disseminating information to the business community and small businesses, trying to help small businesses understand how to figure out the SBA loan stuff and the PPP and all of these very stressful things. But in the meantime, they're also doing little webinars so that you can learn how to do things like Zoom meetings and network with other people and start marketing in a new way. So every day, I think during the week, there is a webinar. So check out lompoc.com. That's the Lompoc Chamber website. And you get information there. I think that's pretty cool.
And then you found some awesome trail maps.
Yes,
too.
Let's see if the website's on there. I think it's Healthy People, healthytrails.org. Thank you, Emily and Ashley, for putting this on my radar a little bit ago. This group has made really awesome maps for walking maps, some trail maps to get out and enjoy nature. It's right here in our own backyard. So there's one from Burton Mesa, Stone Pine, which is beautiful, just downtown.
Just go downtown and walk. Well, don't.
Well, just keep your physical distancing. And then the last one is one of my favorites is La Purisima, which we try to go to as often as possible. It is one of the most beautiful missions in the state of California, and it's right here in our backyard.
Yeah.
And it's a 5-minute drive, and we get to go and just enjoy nature. It is so, so beautiful.
Surprisingly, I grew up in the San Ynez Valley, and I had never been to the La Purisima mission before.
Shame on you.
And when I came here in 2012, I just was like, oh my God, I can't believe this has been here the whole time. So... yeah. If you don't know, now you know.
Now you know.
But speaking of getting outside, we have a really awesome message. This is from Raymond Baker. Ray, and this is about the River Bend Bike Park.
Good morning, Lompoc. Come get some fresh air at the River Bend Bike Park.
He's so rad. Oh my gosh, that kid's
These kids are serious. And I think Dave said they did it all in one take. So okay, you're going to do this, cruise up, hit the brakes. Hey, Lompoc. Oh, it's just awesome. So thank you again to the Baker kids. We have one more on Friday. Which would be really great.
But if you have a bike, get out to the River Bend Bike Park and
they have a Facebook page, and they update information when they're open.
Yeah.
If it's rain, they'll give you conditions to let you know.
Yeah, if it's rain, they obviously can't let you out because those rivets really do. They make it difficult for once the mud dries, then people can hit it and really hurt themselves. Yeah. And since they can't,
so try to obey the rules. Yes. That's very important so that we can keep the park for everybody.
But it should be sunny all week, so check it out.
Sun's out.
And we also got a chance to talk with the Baker family last Wednesday. Dave had a special assignment in Santa Maria. They built a makeshift homeless shelter, so he was going to share a little bit about that.
Yes.
And Teresa, Dr. T, she owns her own chiropractic studio here in office, not studio, the chiropractic office here in Lompoc. So
And she also teaches people about essential oils, which
oils.
is kind of amazing. And you
Yeah.
always smell good, thanks to.
Well, I've been taking that On Guard stuff for a while, and I haven't gotten sick in a long time.
Well.
So, but first we have a little peep show for you guys.
Oh no, no, we can't say that. Can we say that?
We're gonna play a little game.
We decided sometimes you just have to be spontaneous and have a little bit of fun. So we didn't practice this. We're not sure how it's going to go.
We're not sure.
But if we anyway, just it's.
And once we do this, we're going to go straight to a video. So that's why we wanted to introduce the bakers first. But basically, we're going to see how many of these it would take to fit in our mouth and still be able to say. What are we going to say?
I don't even know if I've had a peep in like 30 years.
Let's start with
look at all the
Lompoc
peep dust.
Arts and Flowers.
All the peep dust.
Okay.
Okay. We just start with one?
Mm-hmm. I think I'm going to lose.
Want me to go first? Lompoc Arts and Flowers.
That doesn't count. You hardly said it.
Lompoc Arts and Flowers.
Lompoc Arts and Flowers. I think that was way better.
I think I won.
No, you didn't.
I won. Okay.
No way.
One more?
Okay.
Okay.
Uh-oh.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to cover up my mouth so you guys don't see my...
What?
Lompoc Arts and Flowers.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Lompoc Arts and Flowers. I think I'm winning here.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't think I would win. I didn't know how much these cheeks could take.
Mm-hmm.
I'm totally losing. Uh-oh. Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Mm. 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 Mm.
Yeah, so I'm Teresa Martinez Baker. I'm a doctor of chiropractic, and so most people know me as Dr. T. And I do have my own office here on H Street, and I am an essential healthcare worker. So I am still seeing patients. I have limited my load by half, and so I'm making sure there's no overlap, there's no waiting. As soon as they walk in, they can come back to the adjusting room, which we're in right now. So I'm trying to be here like 2 or 3 hours and then be able to go home for 2 or 3 hours and then come back. With my patient base, you know, they've all been, oh my gosh, are you going to be open? And I'm open, and I've had people that were really hurting and they couldn't get to their doctor, and they were able to come get some relief here. I treat a couple doctors, and they've both told me that they're glad that I'm open because they don't want people going to the medical center or the hospital because their back hurts. Like one of them has sent people here. And so it's good to know that we are a good support system. I put out an email that said, you know, please come straight from your house where you've washed your hands, you've come and cleaned stuff, come to my office. I don't care where you go after, but like, don't go to Walmart and then come to my office.
What about you, Dave? Tell us about your story, your job.
Yeah, so Dave Baker, most people around here know me as the guy at the bike park, but I actually have a job too. I work as a firefighter, and now we're mobilized for this COVID response. So last week I was tasked with going to Santa Maria and providing that leadership and kind of some command and control of the emergency homeless shelter that they put together. And so at Santa Maria High School gym, we put up 70 cots, 10-foot spacing in between so that they were keeping their social distance. We're taking up to 70 people that are normally they're self-sufficient on the streets and out there for a wide variety of reasons. And we've put them all together into one facility, one building. And this is an emergency. We were here to truly help get them off the street during this time. So a lot of them didn't understand what the whole COVID response was. So I'd have to provide some explanations to that, where you and I and a lot of people that are next to the TV or getting info on a daily basis, they didn't really understand what that was. All of them come with their own challenges. There's lots of mental health issues, lots of addiction issues. And I saw I saw a lot of it. I was the overnight shift, so I'd get there at about 5:30 in the afternoon, and I'd leave about 9:30 the next day. And so I was there all night with them, and so I would see them go through their range of intoxication, because they'd be out on the street and then come in during the night. I'd see them go through. A lot of them were really trying to stay clean, but there's some medical issues that come along with that we had to deal with. For 7 days, 16 hours a day, you get to know them all by name. And we'd have people check out, and I'd have them come up to me and tell me that they found housing, or they this type of emergency they were able to connect with their family again, and they were bringing them back into the house to help them out. And so those were some of the rewards. I could say most of my interaction with them was treat them with respect and dignity, and they really appreciate that. And when I explained to them that I'd be leaving, a few of them took me off to the side and said the biggest thing they're concerned about was the next person coming in and not treating them right. And so it wasn't about following rules with them. It was about being treated like somebody other than a person with an illness or a problem, but more like a human being. And I could say that I was pretty happy. That was pretty rewarding.
Teresa, back to you.
Yeah.
Can you just talk about how you've had to adapt as a mom and a business owner, and how is this for you? Because it's a different challenge.
It is a little different, and I know like the stress has been a little bit higher, and like I tell Dave, I come back to the center of what I can control. I think it's really important to make sure you get outside, get that sunshine when we can, even if it's in your own backyard or your front yard, because you don't feel comfortable that you want to go out for a walk. That's good, but get outside, get that fresh air. It makes a difference on us emotionally and physically. Try and make good choices with your food. I know everyone's posting all these good comfort foods, and I'm like, oh, it looks so good, but I'm like, oh, if we're not moving around as much, we probably should, we need to take it easy on fruit. We need to get more fruits and veggies. So I think Lompoc has been really good with that. I love how Lompoc has come together for our small businesses, especially our restaurants. A lot of they're my friends, and I've been trying to support them as much as we can. And they're working really hard on taking the measures to keep everything safe there for them too. And I love how they're working harder for delivery. Like they have all their family members delivering now. I love how some of our wine friends are out delivering wine. And I think that's just amazing how the community just comes together. And I really love it. And I love that we're here and that we decided to do our, raise our family here, build our businesses here. And I'm just really happy to be a part of this community.
Well, we're happy you're part of this community too.
We love the Bakers.
Yeah,
they're pretty
awesome.
cool. Everyone in town knows the Bakers because they love to get out and help and do great things. And Dave and his family are a majority of the reason why the Riverbend Bike Park came to fruition back in the day. So that's really awesome. And just done so much throughout the years to help the community. So thank you guys for being awesome and being role models.
I think my big takeaway from that is I just didn't even think about the fact that of course the homeless wouldn't necessarily have access to all the news and everything we're hearing, and think about how quickly things changed over the last month, and to not just constantly get access to that information. Oh my gosh, that would be pretty overwhelming. So
I was glancing through articles this morning, and somebody was highlighting kind of the general sense that they're kind of shocked them, but I guess it makes sense that there is just a percentage of people, whether in the country or around the world, that still right now just don't know that this is happening, or don't know that it's this dramatic or this stressful or anything. So it's kind of fascinating.
So I think that's our show today.
Oh, we can't quit yet. We got a couple things to talk about here.
Okay, you mentioned them.
Yeah, let's see. So we got that done. And then, a reminder on Friday, Phil, if you're watching, we're going to test this on Thursday, but we're going to go live with Phil Carpenter from Santa Barbara County Vintners Association, also Lompoc resident. Talk about Santa Barbara County wines and also Lompoc wines, Santa Rita Hills, but also what it's like to be a parent of two young daughters here in Lompoc and to raise your family here and be a citizen of Lompoc. So
and Phil and Rachel recently moved here from London.
Well, they went to San Diego, and then to London for 3 or 4 years.
He has always been the biggest cheerleader of Santa Barbara County wines. So he's basically a native.
Yeah.
Even though he's
yeah.
not from here, because he's just
He should get an honorary degree
he
from
really should. So
from
we're excited
Santa
to
Rita
talk
Hills
with him.
University, I think.
And then Brad will also be back with
Ah,
his
Brad.
cocktail.
I can't keep up with that guy.
Yeah.
So Brad, yes, don't forget we have our happy hours on Fridays.
On Friday.
So this Friday's
happy hour, we're actually going to be talking to Dulcie Sin. A lot of you know Dulcie, and we're going to be having a discussion. Maybe some people might think it's a little more controversial, but a little bit of a discussion over happy hour about cannabis and
oh my goodness.
CBD.
Don't turn it off yet.
Medicinal uses. And
knowledge is power.
Knowledge is power. Exactly.
But anyway, so she's built a business, and a wonderful lady. I believe she got a PhD. She's just amazing.
Yeah, I'm
like,
anyway,
she's a great educator about the reality of things, and I think it'll be very informational.
Yeah.
So again, no stress, no pressure, not promoting anything, but we just feel like information is valuable, and take it or leave it.
Yeah.
So we're excited about that for a Friday night show.
And then here I have your moment of Zen, which. Do you want to introduce anything about that? Because I thought it was pretty cool.
It is, but then we're done.
Okay. Do you have something else to say?
I'm trying to drag this out so we almost make half an hour.
What?
We're almost there.
Oh my God!
I just want to thank you guys. Should I sing the national anthem?
No,
I'm just kidding. This is our 10th episode. Thank you guys so very much for being a part of this. Don't forget to invite your friends. Share Good Morning Lompoc. The more viewers we get, the more content we can gather, and the funner the show will be. So please don't forget. We will see you guys
on Friday at 8:30
a.m. Pacific time for Good Morning Lompoc. Thanks for being here. Have a great day, and we'll see you then.
Sorry to drag it out.